Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. This is a follow up to the post I did last night on Jackie Robinson and why he wears the number 42. Earlier this year, or actually it was 2014, months ago after the Michael Brown shooting, somebody asked me to go back and look at the Sean Bell shooting, and I did, and I dug up a bunch of curious things, but now I'm really putting it together. So, what I want to do here is I want to show this Fox News footage from the year 2007 when the Sean Bell shooting was going on. And I want you to watch the commentary and how they tie in the name Mark Furhman and how all of this stuff goes together. This is for further proof of the ongoing shooting hoaxes in this nation. What's been going on the last 2-3 years in the media has always been present. We just didn't wake up to it as much because it wasn't as fast and furious as it is now. So let's just go back and watch this. Sean Bell was shot 42 times by 2 police officers, supposedly, on a date with 42 numerology and a whole lot more. But I want you to watch this news coverage first.
First, I am fed up. I'm not asking my people to do anything passive anymore. We're going to sit here and we're going to go in there, we're going to pray, we're going to march, we're going to do all of that stuff, and then we're going to sit down, and if they don't respond to none of that, don't ask us to ask our people to be peaceful while they are being murdered. We're not the only ones that can bleed.
Councilman Charles Barrett joins us once again tonight, along with former LAPD detective and Fox News contributor Mark Furhman. Charles, can you understand how what we just played people could misinterpret and say, you know what, you're not going to tell the people who look up to you, calm down, be peaceful?
No, I'm not going to tell them to calm down. I'm going to tell them to fight for justice. They have a right
Physical
to
fight, violence?
fight for justice.
Physically?
Fight for justice
what you mean by fight.
any means necessary.
So be physically violent.
Fight for justice.
Wait a minute. When you use
I'm
the phrase
saying
like
to
any
you,
means
no,
necessary,
that's
you're
right.
talking about violence.
I'm saying defend yourself. If the system doesn't want to protect us, then we have no choice. What about if it was your people dying the way we're dying? And the mayor's talking about all of these police to protect us. 50 shots, no violence.
I
Wait a
understand.
minute.
Look.
41 bullets for Amadou, no violence.
I understand. Look.
A stick up our rectum for Abner Louima, no violence.
Right.
We're the most restrained people in the city.
All right, I understand.
We need protection from the police.
I agree with you on
Why don't you
Louima.
talk to the police
Hold on.
about
I agree
violence?
with you on Bell.
I have never let anything
Let me ask
violent.
you a
Our
question,
people
Charles.
haven't been violent. The only people that have been violent was the police upon us.
All right, don't you have a responsibility
Don't
as a
talk to
city
me about
leader? As a city leader,
Don't you have a
to
responsibility?
say, let's not have any violence,
No.
regardless of the outcome of this trial?
The mayor has a responsibility to say, police officers, stop killing black people with impunity. Stop sticking sticks up our rectum. Stop shooting Timothy Stanley. The responsibility is on the
Mark Furhman to
police.
get him in here.
On the police.
Mark, this
to
is
be
also
restrained.
what Mr. Barrett here, and I'll get to him in a
Mark
second.
Furhman,
Excuse me.
you have a lot of nerve.
Exactly. Mark Furhman. They're going to Mark Furhman as a guest. Do you know what Mark Furhman's on the record for? Under the OJ trial, he was embarrassed because it was made public that he used the word nigger 42 times. That was the specific testimony. In this period of time, he said the word nigger 42 times. And remember, here we're talking about the Sean Bell shooting, where he was shot 42 times on a date with 42 numerology. Let's continue.
Hang on a second. All right, we have a lot of nerve bringing you on. If we don't get an indictment, these are Barron's words here, Mark. If we don't get an indictment, there's going to be an explosion. We're not the only ones who can bleed. Maybe the rest of us need to get a shot off. You're lucky we want to even talk. Those are your words. Now, is he inciting a riot, Mark Furhman?
Well, I think it would be. I think he's crafting the words very carefully. Representing kind of a broad spectrum of. I'm not sure it would be a threat or a passionate response.
There's going to be an explosion. We're not the only ones that can bleed. The rest of us need to get a shot off. That's not inciting
Mark, you
violence.
didn't say what he wanted you to hear.
Sean,
Wanted to
when
hear.
you incite a riot, there's very specific
Thank you.
comments made
Thank
with
you.
the president's ability to do that. And so I think what the greater point here is, instead of doing that, I think everybody should realize that when I saw the tactics in this shooting, they were a dog and pony show. And if we went through this, I think Mr. Barron's position would be supported
but can police officers make a mistake, and does it then become criminal?
No, that.
Well, Sean, if you could let me just say one thing, and I think everybody out there would understand that every round that's fired, the officer that fires those rounds has to be responsible for his probable cause for a life-threatening situation in which he...
All right, Truth Seeker. So we've seen enough of this news coverage. What I want you to realize is just the tension that's brought up and how they use these certain agents within our media for these particular stories. Also, notice how 2 of the 4 officers up here have the names Michael, the 2 white ones. So, in this Sean Bell shooting, cops faced up to 25 years and they were acquitted for their 42 shots. One officer fired 31 shots, the other fired 11. Remember, 31's the foundational degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Al Sharpton was all over this. It's back when Al Sharpton looked like the old Al Sharpton. Now that person we see on TV, I don't know what they did to him. He looks almost like a different person. But anyway, let's remember that police has this coded 33 gematria, officers a 40 forward. Michael is one of the accused officers of shooting the 42 shots. Michael Oliver, a name with 33 and 36 gematria, 69. And the other officer is Guescard Isnora, a very strange name, which has a 30 or 39 name with the S exception. Remember, the word police sums to 33 and has the 39 coded into it. And Isnora, a name that sums to 31 and 40. Perhaps Guescard is the officer who shot 31 shots. The name Guescard Isnora sums to 61 or 79 with the S exceptions. The word murder also sums to 79. And this is a story about murder. Because anyone who shoots somebody 42 times was surely trying to murder someone. The victim, Sean Bell, has this gematria of 12 and 13, which sums to 25. Remember, the charge was for a 25-year prison sentence. The name Sean Bell with simple English gematria also sums to 39 and 31. The shooting took place on November 25th, 2006, 11/25/06. 11 plus 25 is 36, plus 6 more is 42. Shot 42 times. And again, the word nigger equals 42. I talked about this a lot in the Jackie Robinson post. This year's big shooting story that got much bigger than this Sean Bell story ever did was the Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. Ferguson equals 42. Missouri equals 42. The initials MB become 42. And again, this stuff is entirely sick. The word sick has the gematria of 42. 42 and 33 are almost synonymous in this numerology. The word ill is 33. Ill and sick. In the Sean Bell shooting incident, some other names that came up in it, other people shot were Trent Benefield, a name with more coded gematria. Trent's 23, Benefield's 44, like the word kill, like the word officer. Sean Bell was supposedly 23 years old, but if you put this name together, it sums to 67, another number of importance. The other person shot was Joseph Guzman, more interesting numerology and gematria. And then the officer who spoke about the entire incident that was kind of the representative for the police force was yet another Michael Palladino, 3339. And this is in New York, of course. New York has all this 39 numerology. New York and Pythagorean gematria equals 39. The abbreviation NY equals 39 in simple English gematria. Has a 39 numerology establishment date for the state. The United Nations is 39 floors tall there. On and on and on. And again, that name Sean, with the way it's spelled, sums to 39 in New York. Just never ends, Truth Seeker. Mark Furhman from the New York Times. This story came out on September 6th, 9-6. The word Freemason equals 96. The word Satanism equals 96. The word knowledge equals 96. On 9/6, it came out that Mark Furhman said nigger 42 times. And what does the word equal? 42. And we just saw in the Sean Bell story how Fox News purposefully brought in Mark Furhman to speak about the incident. Do you really think that's a coincidence? No, it is not. This is how our media is organized, if you can believe it. Grouped by numerology and gematria. It's a joke. And remember, Fox in gematria is 666. F is the sixth letter. O is the 15th. 1 plus 5 becomes 6. And X is the 24th. 2 plus 4 becomes 6. Fox is 666. That was the news we were watching. More recently, at the end of 2013, there was this incident in Fredericksburg, Virginia, where a man was tased for 42 seconds unnecessarily. Now you know why 42 seconds, Truth Seeker. It's not arbitrary. It's not arbitrary. Let's just close out by looking at Sean Bell and Al Sharpton on the matter back then. These people that they recycle in our media. The old Al Sharpton. Uh-oh.
So I think that we saw today what some of us expected. What they will get is not what they expected. They expect us to react in traditional ways. They will not get that. We are going to react. We are going to react in a methodical and serious way. Tomorrow we will start taking names of people that we are going to engage in economic withdrawals. We're going to engage in nonviolent civil disobedience. Even the people that I sign up tomorrow will not know where they're going, but I want to sign up people that are willing to peacefully, if necessary, to dramatize this, go to jail, whether it is on Wall Street, the judge's house, or at one police plaza. We are coming back to demonstrate to the federal government that New Yorkers will not take this abortion of justice laying down.
All right, Truth Seeker. So there you have it. The reason they keep coding 42 on all these stories that involve racial tension and hatred. All right, until next time. Encore, Truth Seekers. I just want to hammer home the point about 42. If you don't know what you're looking at right here, it is Darren Wilson, the officer, the person alleged with shooting Michael Brown. He has on the number 42, and long before this image came out, I'd already documented that Ferguson equaled 42, Missouri equaled 42, and the initials MB became 4 and 2. The other number terribly coded into this whole fiasco was 33. Michael, Darren, police, his mother's name, the witness, the attorney, just so much. Just like all these shootings. They continue to put the same numbers on them, and they continue to taunt us with them. I recently just did a post on the police badges and the Freemason symbols on them. If we could zoom up on these, several of these have the square, compass, and G for Freemasonry on them. And again, Truth Seeker, it's the Freemasons who are behind all of this sickness. The Freemasons and the Zionists. All right, until next time.